Watching porn contributes to the demand of film prostitution, human trafficking, and sexual assault. The porn industry slowly feeds off of, exploiting, abusing, and humiliating. The industry has been linked to sex trafficking as well as abuse. Most videos on porn websites are human trafficked, and/or abused victims. Many women after coming into the porn industry have reported to have had trauma from their experiences, leading them to depression and anxiety. It is now come to the attention that pornography use can be leading cause to erectile dysfunction, and many other arousal complications appearing early ages in men. Excessive porn leads to a numbed brain, causing weaker signals to be sent to the body during sex. This could be so extreme that medications such as Viagra are not able to work for some men. Studies have been published in the recent 6 Years Menu report, erectile dysfunction rates, ranging from 27% to now 33%. Now occurring in men, a younger ages than the previous average rates. Love and relationships are the secret to a happy well-lived life. However, pornography breaks them apart, damaging the relationships. The use of pornography breaks so many relationships and marriages apart. Porn destroys relationships by creating an inability for intimacy. Porn has been proven to decrease commitment as it creates an utterly false impression of what normal bodies and intimate relationships will look like. It is shocking to wrap your head around. The reports show that over 50% of divorce stated that pornography use was a factor in the break. As shockingly as it sounds, the human brain changes dramatically when addicted to porn. The brain is constantly rewiring itself, sort of like a high-tech computer constantly updating. When porn use becomes excessive, porn begins to take over these rewards, replacing the important ones. When watching porn, dopamine surges, and every time, it's more difficult to experience that surge again. Which actually brings us back to the point of destroying intimate relations. Dopamine surge is obvious, so we thrive off of it and take it anywhere we can. That is how porn becomes so addictive. Porn addiction is just as serious as any other addiction. For example, take a look at this image, showing the different scans of the brain, comparing normal to porn addict, and then to heroin addict. It is shocking to see how similar the porn and heroin addict's scans look. As much as watching porn does not seem to be a big deal. Studies have suggested that porn consumption changes the user's brain, by activating and reinforcing the same reward as these drugs do. Something you may not be aware of in the porn industry is how much they're actually worth. Currently the porn industry makes more than Netflix, Twitter, Microsoft, and Amazon combined. Think of how large these companies are solely, but then they can combine their earnings and then comparing it to the porn industry, which is still making more than that, on its own. There should definitely be a red flag. There should be an eye-opener to how tremendous the effects are becoming on people and how rapidly this addiction is growing worldwide. The average age of exposure to porn is 11 years old. This is way too young, because younger brains are amenable, and can addicted to things, a lot more easily, compared to an adult. Not only this, but porn gives ideas to children that are unhealthy, unethical or even illegal. Giving the wrong ideas to children both sex, and directing them in these pathways, are very negative and dark. One can also decrease one's confidence on body image, which is something very crucial in the child's life at this time. Studies show that young people consume online porn were more likely to exhibit clinical symptoms of depression and lesser degrees of bonding with caregivers. The porn industry commits endless hours to create porn videos in order to make the videos pleasant, along with hours of editing to make sure that the videos are almost next to impossible to recreate what you see on the websites in real life. This is the part of how porn becomes so addicting. Along with this, porn can lead to put in false images expectations in relationships. Even people disappointed and dissatisfied with their self or partner's performance. As well as changing views on women. Some men assume women like what they see on porn, such as aggressive behaviors or dominance. Men construct to see women as sex objects for their own gratifications. This can eventually worsen and turn into actual abuse. Studies have shown that someone who uses porn regularly has a 1 in 3 higher chance of becoming abusive or aggressive. By watching porn, you create a numbed pleasure response so that everyday pleasures are no longer satisfying to porn addicts. I call this the dull effect. Adults become so wrapped up in their porn addictions that the things around them seem to become so dull. Porn users isolate themselves and keep themselves from having healthy or loving relations and make it more challenging to find joy in other things. Although you may not realize that porn is really taking over world, without anyone even noticing. If someone were to ask you to guess what the most visited common sites were to be, you would probably say Amazon, Twitter, etc. But one thing that wouldn't come to their mind is actually the correct one. Pornhub is one of most visited websites out there. Porn websites are viewed over 92 million times a day. The presence of pornography has increased so much and gained very much popularity. In 1 year alone, 5.599 billion hours of content were streamed on just one website alone. Often it doesn't seem like the conditions the porn industry that horrible, but they doesn't tell you truly understand or educate on the horse behind the scenes. Many actors in the porn industry are blackmailed or forced into the job. Along with that, there are many health concerns that come with it. Sexually transmitted diseases have become a large issue of the porn industry. Recent studies have found that 66% of porn stars have herpes. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe the channel and share this video and educate others.